Hello, my name is...
Shahid Kari.
Shahid Kar. How are you?
That's right, Shahid Kari. Most of you know me as the #1 Alex Hormozi affiliate, the guy who was able to crush the leaderboard. I was able to go from 0 to top 3 in 24 hours, top 1 in 48 hours, and I was able to smoke everybody by day 5. Imagine, even the #2, I was triple the number of signups. So yeah, I'm the CEO and founder of Conquer, and in this video, I'm not only going to show you how I did it, but I'm going to teach you how you can steal the same frameworks to implement in your business. At least this is what we do at Conquer for our clients. Let's get started. So basically, this is what I have achieved. And now I need to show you the how. If I want to summarize what I've done is basically I've used 100 million leads in order to promote 100 million money models. And here's exactly how I did it. Before getting started, here's what we're going to do. In the upper of the picture, I will explain how I did it. At the bottom of the picture, I'll explain how you can use this lesson in your business. So, what is a lead magnet? Think of it as a free mini offer that you give to your potential customers so they can trust you more. Why? Because it's a risk-free trial on your services. And pay attention, lead magnets are double-edged swords. Why? Because if your lead magnet sucks, they will assume that your offer sucks. Meanwhile, if your lead magnet is so good and it's free, they will assume that if I was able to get this for free, imagine the paid service. Now, why have a lead magnet to begin with? I can just present my offer and things will be fine. Yeah, that's true. But guess what? Look, imagine you have low trust potential customers and you offer them, let's say you have 100 potential customers and you take them to the direct offer. Let's say your conversion rate will be 1%. So you have one sale. Meanwhile, this is the scenario with a lead magnet. You present your lead magnet to the potential clients. Let's say they are 100. 80% of them will take the offer because it's risk-free. It's kind of an irresistible offer to take. So you end up with 80 people that trust you. And guess what? From those 80 people, 10% will convert. Why it's not 1%? Because these people trust you. So eventually you will end up with 8 sales. That's the mechanism behind it. Now we get what is a lead magnet. But how can you build a lead magnet? There are a lot of types of lead magnets. The most famous ones are generally, whether it's a free consultation to reveal a problem, a free trial of a software, a free step of X. Yeah, you can have all these as lead magnets. You can give them a physical product. For example, a lot of people who bought the upsale of Alex 200 books, now they're using the book itself, which is 100 million money models. They give their potential customers that book for free in exchange of what? In exchange of their informations. So what? So they can have high trust potential customers, which they will buy eventually. So yeah, this is how you can make a lead magnet. Now I will tell you how I used it. Basically, I gave them a free course. That free course was a recording of a webinar and people kept asking me for that recording. So when I was thinking about what is the lead magnet that I should be giving to people so they can sign up, I remembered that they kept asking me for that webinar. So I sent the webinar for each one who opted in through my link. And these are the results. Look, I averaged around 3,000 views per story. I made 10 stories, 30K views, 10% CTR, and 3,000 clicks. And guess what? Just from these stories, I was able to go from 0 to top 22. I mean, in 6 to 7 hours, I was in top 22. That was crazy. Yeah. Why? Because I had a good lead magnet. And of course, it was an irresistible offer from Alex. They will get 4 things that's worth more than an NFT and less than a Bitcoin. Yeah, that one was good. That one was good. So all I've done is basically to design the game so everyone can win. You sign up, you get my free webinar, and you get all Alex bonuses. What are you waiting for? Yeah, it all starts with a lead magnet. Now, how can you use it in your business? See, if you don't have any lead magnet, what I suggest you do is basically figure out the types of lead magnet that basically works for your industry. For example, if you're a SaaS founder and you're just starting out and you don't have a free trial plan, I suggest to implement one. If you have, for example, a coaching service or you are an agency owner, you can literally make a free consultation to your customers. And after that, you will end up with high engaged leads, with people that trust you and trust your services. But as I mentioned before, lead magnets are a double-edged sword. If your lead magnet sucks, they will assume that your offer sucks. So make sure to pay attention and make your lead magnet as good as your offer. You better have a good offer. Yeah. So let's move to the next one. Next step was outreaching to other people to sign up using my link. And whether it's people who know me, warm outreach, or people who don't know me, cold outreach. And here's how I applied it. For the warm outreach, I was like, can you help me reach my goal? I want to meet Alex. This is the goal, blah, X, Y, and Z. And they sign up because they know me. They want to help me reach my goal. For cold traffic or the people who don't know me, all I've said is, here's the bonuses Alex will give you. Here's what I'm giving. Can you sign up? And people sign up. And now I'm in top 22. How can you apply this in your business? If you're just starting out, I would recommend outreach wholeheartedly. Why? Because it's the cheapest channel of acquisition. And you can outreach to people through DMs, through emails, through calls. Guess what? With the interruption of AI, now you can do all of them at the same time. Before AI, we used to play two games, either personalized for small people, or we play a volume game. Volume negates luck. But now you can do literally both. You can send personalized message to a lot of people, whether it's through DMs, emails, and even calls. Yeah, there are some AI agents that call for you. You can prompt them. You can give them the script that you give your outbound guys. AI is crazy. And by the way, recently I've received a call from two businesses. One have an appointment setting business here in the US for financial advisors, I think, or something like that. And he was looking heavily to implement AI. So anyone who actually know how to do that, it will be very good service. People need it. Anything AI related, the demand, it's on their peak. So if you can provide the supply, people will pay you 10 times, even 20 times how much it costs you. So yeah. And we help them set it up for both those businesses. And the other one, I think it's a marketing agency in the UAE. Yeah, it's a marketing agency for the UAE. So finally, let's talk about the GOAT. The GOAT itself, content. By the way, see this one? This channel is what made me number one. Like literally, this is what made me number one. Content itself is a GOAT. But now I'm not only going to show you the content, but let me show you what happens when you combine the two kings at the very top of the leverage pyramid. Content and software. Content, specifically AI. This is what I'm going to talk about now. And this might be the most important, like literally the most important lesson through my whole experience on getting the number one. So yeah, let's get started. Now, before explaining how I did it, let's just take a moment and think about how powerful content is. Cold calls, 1,000 dials. How much? Approximately 2 to 3 weeks, right? But one video can literally hit 1,000 people in 20 to 30 minutes. Like for real, content is leverage. It compounds, it works while you sleep. Now imagine if you had the skill to write things people consume and share. One script that reaches 1 million, 2 million people. That's millions in a free distribution. Advertisers pay CPMs for that. And trust me, as an advertiser, CPMs aren't cheap. We get that for free. And on platforms like YouTube, you actually get paid to distribute your own message. Think of it more. Even the thing I'm doing, explaining my strategy. I'm explaining my strategy to show you how good I am. So the people who need or suffer from the pain point that I solve reach out to me and we probably work. Imagine not only that you can do that if you have the skill, but you get paid to do so. What a crazy world we live in. We're not even half yet. Now let's just think about it. The most famous metric in businesses is literally CAC LTV ratio. Okay, let's agree on that. And content sit by your side in this one. I'll explain. Now, if people love your content, not only conversion rates are up, so if they love you, they stick longer, which means boosting LTV. And sometimes, even with an average product, people still buy because they trust you. And for CAC, once you have an audience, picking up the phone is cheap without spending tens of thousands for distribution. Why? Because you've already built the distribution. You gathered the followers, you gathered the raving fans who want to buy from you. Long story short, CAC drops, LTV up, people will buy from you, people will love you, so they will stick longer. By definition, you have a successful business. And that's where the economy is going to, by the way. Now, let me just give you an example. I scripted, I filmed, I edited, and posted a video in under 2 hours. That one video hit 100,000 people in less than 24 hours. This is speed and leverage combined. Content alone is so powerful. Imagine adding AI to it. One of our values at Conquer is simple. If AI can do it, we master AI. As someone who sees that every day, because we help founders implement social media and AI into their businesses to boost enterprise value, especially for SaaS founders, whether they want to raise or exit or even scale. Like, I can't count the times that I'm just alone admiring the dashboard because everything we do is data based. I love the data driven. I love data in general. So I love the data driven world. Yeah, looking at the data and just say, wow, like literally wow. Even when I'm analyzing some competitors, not even my clients, I was like, because what I think, like honestly, what I think, that the next decades belong to two things: content and AI. That's why we build the systems that combine them, turning every post, every campaign into valuation growth fuel. And now I will show you exactly how. For example, I scripted, filmed, edited, and posted in under 2 hours. That one video hit 100,000 people in less than 24 hours. like in less than 24 hours. By the end of the challenge, I've reached 412,000 views with 12,000 comments. Well, people who actually commented is half, because every comment I respond to that comment using MiniChat AI. So basically 6k people has commented. Look, after they comment, where do they go? Yeah, they fall into my automation. My automation not only give them my link, show them how through a voice message, give them a small video tutorial explaining how to sign up, and if they sign up and send me the proof that they sign up, I'll give them my lead magnet. Just from this, I went from number 22. Basically, at the end of the day, I end up number 3, and the day after, in the less than 48 hours, I was number 1. Like, period, number 1. Just from this video, I was number 1. Can you imagine that? In the world. Do you know how much I spent? Nothing. Like $15 of ManyChat, the subscription. Like, literally. Look to the result. This is a screenshot from my dashboard. 4,000 people clicked on my link, with average 60 to 70% conversion rate from Alex's sales page. It was like 3,000 people, something, and the 1,000 people I got from yesterday's stories. I was 4,000-ish in 48 hours. This is just using content. Like, literally, how can you do that to your business? 2 ways. We can literally contact us and we can help you do so. Or literally, all you have to do is basically create your social media account and then start posting. Whether you go depth or width, depends. Basically, one platform, you go in depth in that platform, or you start multiple accounts on multiple platforms and you see which one works best for you and you can adapt based on that. You can do all of them, by the way. Like, literally, you can do all of them. We recommend you start with the one that have most of your ICPs there. Yeah, long story short. And then start learning how to script, how to make a really good script, how to make really good content. Then just do more. Like, literally, script, do more, script, and do more, and try that every post have a goal. For example, this post have the goal of them commenting so they can receive. I had some posts, the goal was shares, and I have some posts, the goal was comments. One, the goal was awareness. One, the goal was engagement. It's basically the same advertising goals, just for free. And my honest advice is just build some freebies, which is the lead magnet that we've talked about, and give them through content if people opt in. Use automation to do so. Yeah. And slowly, you can build a huge brand, because most people think that getting famous is hard, but it's all a volume game. Like, literally, if you made 10,000 videos, you will force the algorithms to promote you. It will take you 2 years or 3 years to do so. But yeah, eventually you will end up famous. You can just focus on the inputs that get you there. And you need, of course, you need to understand the game of marketing. Yeah. So this is how I was able to go to number 1. This is how I did it. This is how you can do it. And by the way, I talk about AI a lot. I just think that the disruption of AI will change and reshape how businesses works. And this is how I implemented it here. Now, paid ads. Here I spent the $30, by the way. You remember me saying I only ranked number 1, spending $44? Yeah. $14 was for the ManyChat and $30 what I spent. Why did I run the ads? It's simple, because it was basically, because by the way, I started the challenge late, basically 2 weeks late or 3 weeks late. I entered the game, spent five days. By the way, those 5 days wasn't easy. I worked sometimes 9 hours and 10 minutes pure. This is pure Pomodoros. Daily average of 7.5 hours working, which means approximately 12 to 13 hours on the desk, just so you can't have pure 13 hours of work. Yeah, but I've only spent $44. And why? Just because I want to say, I just fantasize about winning and saying that I've used all the 100 million leads, all the channels of acquisition to promote 100 million money multiples. Was just that thing for me. And it added, I think, an extra 100,000 views on the creative, on the video. So organically, I was able to reach 3,000, and the last 100,000 was from ads. Yeah, and CPMs are cheap, so I was able to get all this. And 300 messages, and the comments, the people who commented, they received the same. So I was able to add extra 600 signups, which was more than top 15 just from ads. By the way, do you understand that I literally got 9,700 signups in 5 days? I don't think you know how crazy is this. But by the way, how can you implement paid ads? I will strongly recommend you start with content if you're just starting, but paid ads will be always the fastest path. So it depends on with what you want to pay, whether you want to pay with time or you want to pay with money, it depends. But how can you do that? How can you do that? I will just summarize. I know this the advertising industry will hate me for what I'm going to say, but I'll basically summarize. I will give you strict to the point. First, you have the ads objective. It depends on what you want to do, basically, whether you want more engagement, more awareness, or you want to get a sale. And of course, you need a sales funnel. Your ads without a sales funnel is nothing, because you will be just throwing random stuff. Now, after having your objective, by the way, if I want to make a move that is the 80-20 move, it will be literally 20% that gets you the 80% of the result will be the creative. Like literally, it will be the creative. I will tell you how to get a winning creative in just a few seconds. And the rest of the 20%, I mean the 80%, it will be media planning, media buying skills. But here's the thing: if you get your targeting right and your objective, which is what you want to do with a sale, you had another 80-20%, because literally it's all about this. The rest will be more at scale, because any percentage will have a strong impact on the business, and it will be more like some tricks, whether you raise the bid and then you make some custom rules. Yeah, but eventually for small businesses or anyone starting out or the people in the mid, yeah, if you just get your targeting right, your objective right, and you have a winning creative, you're already doing well, man. Now, how are you going to get a winning creative? You test. Check the CTRs, the CPMs, how many people are clicking your ad. And then you just do conversion rate optimization. Like literally, you see the CTRs, are they in the industry benchmark? Yeah. Now people are going to my sales page. Now let's just see the sales page. Yeah, the sales page, people are viewing my page, or the page isn't viewing enough, or is the page loading? And you literally start optimizing. If I'm thinking about the cases that I would use ads, it will be more like for fast growth. If I want to use my revenue as a fuel to growth, it will be or at the start if I want to start fast, something like that. But generally, I would strongly go with content. This is just my approach, by the way. It's not like some kind of rule or something. But I kind of use ads as a booster. Like I think of it as oil to boost the business. And by the way, in the ads business, you need to understand that there are 3 stages, because most people fail before it's working. You remember saying people, your ads aren't working, my ads aren't converting. Yeah, generally, because they don't understand that there are 3 phases. First is track money, basically where you track your money. Second is where you lose money. You're literally going to lose money, like period. But you can think of it as losing money, but it's actually investing. And then you have print money. Here, where you test the hooks, the headlines, and when you find the winning formula in each, now you are in the print money business. If you want to run ads, you need to understand those stages. What I love about ads is basically you have a money printing machine. Why? Because if I have a winning ad, I have a machine that I spend $1, give me $5 back. You have a money printing machine that you put $1, you get 5 back. Sometimes you put $1, you get 10 back. It depends on your ROAS. So that's what I love ads. So all this, I'm number 1 with 4,000 ish, and the number 2 is 3,000 ish. We are like more like 1,000 something, like 1,200 or 1,200 or 1,300 something. So I decided to play a move to smoke everybody. And by the way, after I finished the competition, I've talked with the number 2, the number 5, or the leaderboard. They all said they gave up when I used this move exactly. They were like, this guy is out of our reach. This move is affiliates. Most people think when I say affiliates, think of them as a group of people who will promote my stuff for a commission. Yeah. But rarely people think about influencers. And here's the thing: if you want to double your business or sometimes 10x your business in one night, or let's say in a week, sometimes even less, this is the tool. Like, this is the tool. Why? Because you're using somebody's 10 years, 5 years to gather all that traction and forward it to you. Like, literally, I paid an influencer for one story, one Instagram story that I set up a mini chat to. Guess what? He was able to get me double what I was. I was 4,500 ish. After those 2 days, so when the story died, I was almost 9,000 ish. Like 9,000. See all that work here and all me being strategist and being a great marketer here. Yeah. It took him 1 day, 2 days to double that. So this is how I've done. Look, you can see the dashboard. 13,000 people commented. By the way, I don't know why the manager deleted the clicks somehow, but 30,000 people was sent, 30,000 delivered, 7,000 opened. So basically, I have 58% click rate. Open the messages basically. So
How you do that in your business? You pick an influencer that have the same audience that you want to reach. Basically, your RCP should be their audience. And after doing that, all you have to do is give your irresistible offer that you already made. You pay the influencer, of course. It depends on the terms. Sometimes it's either sponsorship or a collaboration. Basically, a collaboration meaning you give them equity, or an affiliate. Yeah. In my case, it was more like a sponsorship. I call the influencer an affiliate. Yeah. How to do that more specifically? If you are bigger than them, they build for you. If they are bigger than you, sometimes you build for them. Why? Because they have leverage. It depends. Think of it as Prime and Logan Paul and KSI, at Nike with their small influencers, people, or Gymshark with their small influencers, something like this. Prime was able to give up 90% or something for Logan Paul and KSI to be the face of the business and to run the business. Meanwhile, Gymshark will give 10% or 15% commission for their affiliates. Same here. This is how I would implement it if I were you. After that, we have the GOAT, the word mouth. This is just a KPI that you have a very good product. People started mentioning my name. I had a lot of stories tagging me saying winners win. Because, by the way, in the rules, I thought I was excluded because I wasn't from the US. I was kind of disappointed, but I kept being in the game. And a lot of people started endorsing that, saying winners win. I use that term a lot in my content. I'm officially number one. Winners win. People start tagging Alex Hormozi, Layla Hormozi acquisition. And it was kind of a really good story. Yeah, here's the leaderboard when I was number one. And yeah, this is how I was able to go from zero to number one in literally 5 days with $44. And this is every lesson I've learned through 100 million leads and how I implemented it in order to promote 100 million money models. Love that. This is the story. And yeah, last but not least, anyone who's thinking about growing his company, especially if you're a SaaS founder, Conquer is here. I love this content, so I think I will do more. Anyone who's interested in that type of content, which I analyze some strategies, I sometimes bring case studies from my past clients so I can make the information better. And think of it as a lead magnet. My content is actually a lead magnet. Nice. So if people are interested in what I do and think I can deliver, I probably work with me. And if people aren't convinced enough, I will put more content so they can be convinced. And if people don't work or they're not my ICP to begin with, just use the information and implement it into your business. I'll be more than happy if you do so. Last but not least, winners win. And see you in another video. Peace.